All right, Algebra 1. Sorry about the last video. It didn't have much sound. So hopefully this one's working okay. What we're talking about is finding equations from just 2 points. So before, we were finding equations using the slope and 2 points, or a slope and a point. So this time we got to find that slope first, okay? So we're going to end up getting our y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So that's the same formula we dealt with yesterday, so for 5.3. So with that, I need to find m, because we're not going to be given m, so the m is going to be found by finding the slope. So this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so once we find the slope, then we plug in one of those 2 points and plug in the slope, and then we're going to be on our way, okay? So write the equation of a line that passes through the given 2 points. Write all final answers in slope-intercept form. So just like yesterday, we're going to be getting y by itself in the end, okay? So for this first one, I'm going to go ahead and label this x1, y1, x2, and y2. So for my slope, I've got y2 minus y1 is negative 1 minus 7 over 1 minus negative 3. And so that becomes plus 3, so negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. And so there's my m value. All right, so now let's plug everything into our slope-intercept. So y minus y1, I'm going to just use this first one. If you want, you can use this one. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You're going to end up with the same answer. So y minus 7 equals negative 2 times x minus negative 3. And so that becomes plus. I get negative 2 to distribute, and now I'm on my way to my answer. So y minus 7 equals negative 2 times x, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and then I add 7 to both sides to get my final answer, y equals negative 2x plus 1. And there we are. Okay, so same deal. Let's look at the second one here. Got to find your slope first, plug it into point slope. So m equals y minus y. So I'm going to start with, again, let's label our points, x2 and y2. So I'm going to start with this point over here. So negative 6 minus negative 1 on top, 4 minus 2 on bottom. Okay, so we change that to a plus. That's negative 5 over 2. So there's my slope. Okay, and so again, I just choose one of the 2 points. I'm just going to choose the first one. So I've got y minus the y value, negative 1, equals negative 5 over 2 times x minus the x value, 2. And now that becomes plus, and I'm ready to distribute. Okay, so y plus 1 equals negative 5, hold on a second, negative 5 over 2x, and then negative times negative here is positive, and again, when you're multiplying out your fractions, if you need to put it over 1, that's negative times negative is positive, 5 times 2 on top is 10, 2 times 1 on bottom is 2. And so y plus 1 equals negative 5 over 2x plus 5, and now we're ready to get y by itself. So y equals negative 5 over 2x plus 4. And there we are. So hopefully we're starting to get the idea here. Let's do one more here and then go to the back side. So slope first, y minus y. So negative 5 minus 1 over x minus x, 0 minus negative 8. So in this case, I have negative 6 on top. 0 plus 8 is 8. So that's negative. Both of those can divide by 2. I get negative 3 over 4 for my slope. And so I'm going to actually use the 0 one because I like the number 0 anytime I can get it. So y minus the y value, which is negative 5, equals negative 3 over 4 times x minus 0. Okay, so that becomes plus, so y plus 5 equals negative 3 over 4x plus 0. And so subtract 5, and I end up with y equals negative 3 over 4x minus 5. And there we are. Okay, so let's go to the back side. Might be a couple interesting ones back there. Let's see. Let's just do a couple of these, and then we'll move on here. So number 9, find the slope first again. So the slope here, y minus y, so I'm going to go 2 minus 7 over 6 minus negative 4. So in this case, I have negative 5 over 10, which is negative 1/2 when you divide by 5. So that's m. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the one with smaller numbers. So y minus the y value is 2 equals negative 1 over 2 times x minus the x value, 6. And so let's distribute. Y minus 2 equals negative 1 over 2x. And then negative 1/2 times negative is positive. And so that's 6 on top. 2 times 1 on bottom is 2. So y minus 2 equals negative 1 over 2x plus 3. And then I just add 2 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 1 over 2x plus 5. All right, so let's finish strong here with one more. And let's go ahead and do this 13 at the bottom. So slope first. I'm going to start here. Y minus y is negative 1 minus negative 5 over 2 minus 3. So that's a plus, so that becomes 4 over negative 1. So negative 4, that's a nice slope. So y minus, let's go ahead and choose this one, minus negative 1 equals negative 4 times x minus 2. And now we go ahead and distribute. So y plus 1 equals negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative times negative is positive, once again, 8. And then subtract 1. And we end up with y equals negative 4x plus 7. And there's my slope-intercept form. So basically the same stuff as yesterday. We just have that one extra step at the beginning to find the slope. So good luck on the homework assignment. And let me know if you have any questions. Just send me an email. Peace.